Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at something a little bit differently. We are looking at the 1966 release by Corgi from their James Bond series of die-cast models. And this particular one we are looking at today is of the Aston Martin DB5 as it appeared in the movie Goldfinger. And I've got three different versions of that particular vehicle here. I've got one, the original version from 66, one that was released a year later in 67, and I've got the recent release by Corgi, which was basically a reissue of the 1966 version. And we're going to have a look at all the models and we're going to compare them as we go along. Now, well, just one thing that strikes me as being quite odd is that obviously this Aston Martin is from the movie Goldfinger, as it says on the boxes actually, but I'm quite bemused by the fact that they did this in gold paint when the Aston Martin as it appeared in the movie was actually in silver. So no idea why they did that. Maybe it's because someone in their infinite wisdom at Corgi must have thought the Goldfinger meant it was in gold. So, but there we are. Anyway, okay, so we've got three versions of the same model here. But let's have a look at the boxes. The boxes are, within reason, almost all the same. So it says Special Agent 007 James Bond Aston Martin DB5 from the James Bond film Goldfinger. And you see the number plate on there, JB007, and it's Corgi number 261. Turn the box to the side and it says Corgi Toys. What does that say there? I can't quite read that. Okay, trademark registered. Okay, that's what that says there. It says die-cast scale models, Playcraft Toys Limited, London, made in Great Britain. And then we've got the same again on the opposite side as James Special Agent 007 James Bond Aston Martin DB5 from the James Bond film Goldfinger, and it's item number 261. And then we've got the Corgi logo, made in Great Britain, James Bond driving, secret operations, features, retractable machine guns, operating roof and ejector seat, rear bullet screen, telescopic overriders and secret instructions. And it's Gilroy Productions Limited and Dayfrost 1965. Diecast scale models, Playcraft Toys London Limited. And it says at the end, Corgi Toys 261, packed with action, James Bond Aston Martin DB5, and exactly the same on the other end. Now, these boxes are pretty much all the same. There's slight differences in colour, as you can see from these two, which are the original boxes. And then you've got this one, which is the latest release. Again, it's slightly different colour box and a slightly larger box than the other two. But otherwise, they're pretty much all the same. So let's start with this one. Let's open up our vehicle number one. And what have we got? So, vehicle number one, we have the plinth. So there's the box. I'm just going to pop the box back into the corner there. And here we are. So let's turn it the right way up. And this is an original 1967 Aston Martin DB5 by Corgi. And I've just shot up the bulletproof windscreen by pressing on the exhaust at the back. Okay, so let's have a quick measure of it first of all. Now, I think they measure pretty much all the same. So we're looking at about, what is that, about 9 centimeters, maybe just 9.5 centimeters. If you measure from the front of the guns back to the back of the exhaust pipe, we're about 9.5 centimeters. We measure across, we are looking at somewhere close to 3 centimeters. And height wise, if you measure from the bottom of the wheel to the top of the roof, again, we're at 3 centimeters. Okay, so it is all gold paint, and this particular one's in cracking condition, I must say, for something from 1966, I think this was, or 65. It says 65 on the box, but I think it's 1966 when it actually came out. But it's in very, very good condition. There's a few little blemishes on the roof there, but other than that, the paintwork is fantastic, and underneath it's still exceptionally clean. And it says made in Great Britain, James Bond Aston Martin DB5 Corgi Toys. Now, one of the things that we will look at in detail is that rivet at the back there, because that is quite important on knowing whether this is an original model or a copy. As you can see, that this is this very tiny black rivet that holds this one together. Okay, so that is an original model. You see you got the spoked wheels on this one as well, and if we press the forward button, oh sorry, I've pressed the exhaust by mistake there. Press the forward button, the guns pop out, and if I lay it down, I'm just going to eject, press the eject. Oh, he's falling out of the chair. Let me just do that again, because probably where he's been in the box, the villain has literally got stuck. So he's supposed to be sitting on the chair like that, and when you press the button, out he comes. So that is how the villain. Let's try that again. Let's close him up again and try it again. There we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Cool. We went out of some pace that time. So that's basically the ejector seat. That's how the ejector seat works. So in he goes. Let's close off the guns, and let's close down the bulletproof shield at the back, and there we have it. So let's do it all again. Bulletproof shield up, front guns out, and ejector seat at ready, and out goes the villain like a bullet. There we are. So that one is the earliest version of the model, and it's in its full working condition, in excellent condition, I would say. The only downside to this one is there's no secret instructions with it. The secret instructions are always kept in the bottom of the box here, the bottom of the plinth, and there's nothing inside this one. Unfortunately, the secret instructions and the I think they had a spare figure as well originally. I'm not sure about that, but I think they came with 2 figures in case you lost one. But that's obviously gone as well, and so has the secret instructions in the envelope. And they also originally came with a James Bond lapel sticker, excuse me, and that is also not included in this particular version. Okay, so that's version 1. Let's move on to version 2, and this particular one in version 2. Okay, so we do have a little bit more in this one, but we don't have the display base in this one. Again, it is an original 1960s model. It does come with the instructions though. We'll have a look at those in a second. But you've got the same thing again. You've got the exhaust pipe, the rear blade, the bulletproof shield, which comes up. Oops, that's not. Yeah, there we go. At the press of the button, that was a little bit stiff, that button. So, and you've also got the front guns, which pop out again when you press the button. And is the Mr. Villain sitting on this seat? Let's get him out and have a look and make sure he's sitting comfortably, ready for his big ejection. Here we go. Yep, there he goes, and he shoots out as per he should do. So let's try that again. Oh, that one, he didn't come out that time. Let's he's actually got stuck. I don't think I put him in properly that time. So there we go. So he's sitting in there properly. Let's close him up. And yeah, no, he's not, for some reason or other. This particular one is not firing out properly. He keeps falling off the chair, which maybe it's the way I'm sitting him in. So let's try him one more time. Pop him in there, and yeah, he's just. He's been sprung up. The chair is springing up, but he's just not. He seems to be getting caught. Oh, well, there we go. He did pew out that time, but he does seem to be getting caught on the chair as it comes up from the roof for some reason. I don't quite understand why, but yeah, he's maybe I need to trim his feet down a little bit, or push him, because he's actually being caught on the roof. Oh, he goes. It does come out, but not every time, because he's getting caught. But obviously, front guns, terrific front guns again. Out they come, and the same thing with the exhaust pipe. Now, the exhaust pipe on this one is again a little bit stiff. The button is stiff, but it does work. That's popped up again there. And on the back again, we got exactly the same as the other model on the back. Made in Great Britain, James Bond, Aston Martin, DB5 Corgi Toys, and there we see we've got the same again, that very tiny black rivet at the back there which holds it together. So we also know then that this again is an original 1960s James Bond Aston Martin DB5. Obviously all the same colour and everything, but let's see what we got in here also. So what do we have in here? So we've got in here, oh okay, so we've got the Bond lapel, and it says peel backing off, peel label off backing and stick on lapel or shirt, and it is the Corgi logo, the Bond gun and the 007. So that's the sticker that comes with that one. And also you've got the secret instructions here, which basically tells you how to operate that's the ejector seat, and of course the bullet shield and the front guns. So that is the instructions, top secret instructions, and they come in this envelope, which is a little bit torn, a little bit ragged, but it is all still intact with that one. Why it's in that one, why it's not in that one, don't know. Not sure about that, but maybe it should be. But there we go, so that's that one. Okay, excuse me. Let's have a look now at the recent release by Corgi, which is the updated version, or the reissue version, I should say, of the Aston Martin DB5. Now I'm just taking it, I've just got the angle the camera down a little bit there. So there we go, and it's on the plinth as well as always. And if I just take it off the plinth, because in the bottom is all the secret instructions and so on, and we will take those out. I'm going to have a look at all of that in just a moment. So that's the display plinth, that's the car. Straight away we can see what condition this one is in compared to the others. The colour is a little bit more vibrant on the new model, obviously. This one was only produced in 2022, whereas these were produced in 65 and 66. But anyway, what do we get in here? So we get this reprint of the 1965 Corgi models order form. So it shows you've got the Lotus Climax racing car, the Ferrari, what's that, the Gear, LE4, Ford Mustang, Volkswagen Beetle, Volkswagen Safari one, that one. You've also got the Corgi Classics, so the Model T Ford, you've got the Mr. Chipperfield Circus Land Rover, and you've got the working conveyor on forward controlled Jeep. Also the full tilt cab and the Simon Snorkel fire engine. And over the back there is all the models that were then available, and you could order them. I don't think it gave you the prices on these, but it was a checklist rather than an order form. So there we are. So that's just a reprint of the one that you would have got when you bought one of these new back in the 1960s. And of course then you've got these instructions here again, and you can see the difference on the envelope here. This envelope is better material, and it's thicker and stronger. And it is not, that one's more like a paper bag, this one is more like paper, so you can see the difference. And of course, there we go, we got another James Bond badge, and this one has just got James Bond 007, and it's the same thing, pull label off backing and affix to your shirt or your lapel. And also you've got the secret instructions, and these ones are a little bit smaller than the original ones. Comes on in a smaller piece of paper, but it's pretty much the same thing. With the shows you the rear mounting, the rear bulletproof screen popping up, the front guns, special agent identifier, which is that, and the ejector seat at the front there. Okay, so that is the updated version. As I say, Corgi re-released this in 2022, so it's only been out for a couple of years, this one. But let's have a look at the model itself. So, I mean, it does look absolutely fantastic. I've got to say, it does look like very much like a reissue of the original one. That's what it's supposed to be. The colour is slightly different, though. It doesn't seem to be an exact colour. Now, is it because these colours are faded? Or is it because it's a slightly different colour to what was used back in the 1960s? Size-wise, I think it's exactly the same now. Let's put them together and have a look. Yeah, the size seems to be absolutely identical. So it doesn't appear to be any differences there. Everything is in exactly the same places. On the back side, though, now I made a point of pointing out this rivet at the back, because on this newer version you can see it's a much bigger, and it's a silver rivet on the latest version that Corgi have just released. Other than that, everything on the back is the same. There's no differences in it anywhere. If you didn't know, you would be unsure if this was an original or a reissue. That's just one thing. Yeah, the bottom of this one, the bottom of the bumper at the back is gold, and on this one it's silver. That's also another thing that I've just noted. And the same on the front bumpers. You can see that on the front as well. The bottom is silver and the front is on the original one it's gold. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, and we got the same again. So it's another way you can spot the differences. So it's not just the rivet, but it's also the colouring of the bumper, because again on this one it is, yeah, it's gold at the back there. The front's the same though. That's interesting. Is this one the front the same? And this one's gold on the bottom as well. So that's the difference from version 1 to version 2. So, but there we are. So that is a interesting differences there. So that gold silver section and that silver section is far more prominent on there. I mean, it's a tiny bit on there, but most of it is gold again. But the back is certainly all gold. So there we are. That is a distinct difference. But the biggest thing to identify them is by that rivet. So you can see this is a big silver rivet as opposed to the small black rivets on the other one. Now I've lost me villain. He's fallen out. I'm going to just pop him back in there and we'll check the functionalities on this one. So let's start with the exhaust pipe. Well, that pops up beautifully, and obviously it should do because it's new. There we go. And there's no dirt in it at the moment. So these other ones, as you played with them, they got dirty, and which made the exhaust pipes a little bit more sticky. Not the exhaust pipe, sorry, the shield a little bit more sticky. And so when you press the exhaust pipe, they didn't come up so much. And obviously these ones have and this had a tendency to rust a little bit, as you can see on the other ones. Okay, front guns pop out beautifully. Again, very, very simple and easy to use. And they come out exactly the same way as the ones on the early models. No differences there. And the ejector seat. Oh, he's getting stuck as well. Okay, let's try him again. So at least I know it's not just my... Oh, there we go. It's not just one of my original ones where he gets stuck. It is also the reissue. He's coming out okay now. So there we go. So that is the villain. Yeah, coming out quite nice. I think the spring tension on this one is far greater than what was on this one, which is why the villain wasn't popping out as greatly on this one, and why he was probably getting caught rather than on the reissue one. So yes, it keeps falling off the chair. So let's try this one one more time. I've put the seat down first now, and let's pop him into the seat there. Close it down, and Yeah, see, it's not seems to be a little bit of an issue on this one as far as the ejector seat is concerned. Not the ejector seat, sorry, the figure is concerned. Now, whether he's got some, I've got him stuck in the car now. Whether he's actually got some rough edges or not, I don't know. But he's certainly finding it very difficult to pop out on that ejector seat. Oh no, there we go. So it seems if I push the seat down first and then pop the villain into the seat straight, there he goes. He does eject out eventually, but you've got, I think I was putting him in at an angle, which is probably why he wasn't coming out. So if I put him in like that, he's coming out good and proper there. Okay, so there we are. It's not a problem with the item, it's a problem with me, the way I was doing it. So there we are. We have 3 versions of the James Bond DB5 Aston Martin, one from 65, one from 66, and one from 2024. All excellent models. I think I prefer the original. Why? Probably because it's just nostalgic, but it is a lovely model, and really functions well. I do like all the aspects of it. One thing I didn't mention is the spokes on the wheel. They do stick out. If you can just see that, the spokes are coming out slightly. And I just want to check to see if they're all the same. Yeah, they don't come out as much on the newer model. Oh no, tell a lie. The back ones do. The back ones come out quite a way there. Yeah, they come out pretty much the same. So, no, yeah, there's no different there really. That's all the same. I think it's pretty much all the same. Let's have a look at that roof there. Was that the same? Yeah, it's all pretty much the same. So there is no differences really. The only difference is, one is that rivet there, and the paint on the back of the bumper there is silver underneath there, as on the original ones it's gold. But other than that, if you dirtied this one up, play with it, you wouldn't know whether it was one of these from the 2024 or from 1965, 66. So that's how well they've copied the model. As I say, the only real difference is that slight variance on the rivet at the bottom there and on the back of the bumper. There we are. That is the 3 Aston Martin DB5s. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, we know that the 1960s version has done fabulously well. They made them so well, sold so many of them, that they redone it again in silver a few years later. So it went back to being the original colour as it was in the movie Goldfinger. And obviously that also done well. They sold plenty of those. And since then, the car has been reissued in different formats, different sizes, different styles, umpteen times over the last 60 years. But the only time they've actually ever reissued this particular one again was in 2022, when it was released part of the Corgi's Collectors Club. And if you want to be a member of the Corgi's Collectors Club, just log on to their site and sign up as a member, and you will receive a new model every month of their reissues of their classic lines. And some of them are just absolutely phenomenal. They really are. So if you're into these die casts, it's certainly worth you doing. Okay, do these come up very often on the platforms now? Well, yes, they do. They do appear fairly regularly. And just like this one, you can see them coming up with the boxes, in the original boxes with the original plinths. You can also see some of them come up with the original instructions, like this one. Unfortunately, I'll say that with this one we don't have the plinth, but this one we don't have the instructions, so there we are. But they, yes, they do come up. Various different, various different kind of, I can't think of the word. Various different kinds of quality, not quality. What word are we looking for? Condition. That's the word. Why I couldn't think of condition, I do not know. But there are various different kinds of condition that you will find on the platforms, and with all different accessories. So some will come with the plinths, some will just be the cars on their own, some will come with boxes but not the display booths, some will come with the instructions, some don't. And then of course, if you are buying one of the re-releases, it will come with everything that I've shown you. So yes, they do come up on the platforms, and yes, they do regularly come up. But again, as always, as I tell you again, be vigilant if you're buying on the platforms, because some person's interpretation of very good quality could be someone else's interpretation of acceptable condition, sorry, not quality. There we are. Or alternatively, we at Midas Touch have collected quite a few of these James Bond models. As you can see, we've got 3 different versions here. And all of these versions are currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find these and many other vintage James Bond items. And many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. And there will be something for everybody. And I am absolutely positive that this is something you won't want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long-lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing these models with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. Bye for now.